A battle report with tactical takeaways at the end. Northern Alliance versus Basileans. Stay tuned.
Hello there! I like to watch battle reports to get better at games. So I started making short, summarized battle reports that focus on learning points. So welcome to my channel, Newbie Dice. Do like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you enjoy my videos. Do consider speeding up this video with the YouTube settings to consume this content or other YouTube content in a fraction of the time.
Alright, so welcome back. So I haven't been uploading videos for a while, so apologize to my fans out there. And you know what, I'm not sure if how many of you are new time viewers, or there are some of you out there who have been watching my content for a very long time. So if you are a long time follower of my content, I'd love to hear about it. Do leave a comment in the YouTube video, in the comments section, to just give a shout out to say, hey, I've been watching your content for a long time. I'll really appreciate it, and you really give me some motivation. So for why I've not been uploading videos for a while, because life has been very, very busy on my end. So I've got a few backlog of videos to catch up on. So let's hope that I can get through these before Clash of Kings 2025 drops. So without further ado, let's move on to the battle report. So I've been running this Northern Alliance list for a while now, and I'm slowly painting up towards it. I'm almost fully completed the entire army of painting. As of this recording, I'm only left with Hrim and one dwarf troop. So I've been running this for a while, but doesn't mean I'm used to it yet. In fact, I still find it a struggle to play this list. Especially in my recent slew of games, they have been either losses or draws. And because I've always been playing Alpha Strike armies earlier, if you watch my older videos, it's always been Order of the Green Lady. And then last year, I made a change of trying something completely different, which is Goblins and Shooting and Trash, which I sort of got used to it at least. But in this Northern Alliance, it's quite mixed arms and slow. So it's mixed arms and it's slow. The one thing it's got going for it is the high drop count, but I have, other than my 2 human tribesmen upgraded to Hearthguard, everything is sort of medium punchy, right? Hrim is like an expensive unit, but he doesn't pack a lot of attacks as a giant, although he has 2 more than the average giant. If there's no Slayer target, it's not a lot of attacks. They're all giants, all hitting on 4s. So yeah, it doesn't pack a lot of hits. So I'm still getting used to this, and it's very evident in my battle report to follow. So let's look at my opponent's list. He's running a Basilean list, and it's an all sisters list other than 2 phoenixes. So it's pretty cool. Sisterhood infantry, they hit pretty hard, especially if you get the rampage going on. Yep, 20 attacks on a rampage target. CS1 with Vicious is quite decent for 135 point price tag. That's pretty good. Defense 3 is the weakness. They can get wavered, but the Abbess has a Aura Fury Sisterhood Aura. So that's pretty good considering it affects pretty much the whole army. Sister Scouts, they are pretty good scouts. They are on par with Glade Stalkers, I would say. Because Scout, Vicious, mainly of 4 and 4, but the Vicious applies to both. 24-inch bow, steady aim, 14-16 nerf. They do have Iron Resolve, so if you pling them, they heal off wounds. The one thing they got that's not going for them is that they're irregular compared to Glade Stalkers, but my opponent has enough unlocks. Alright, Sister Panther Lancers. This were a bit lackluster because they don't have Crushing Strength, they only have Thunderous, and it's only 1. And they hit on 4+. So these were surprisingly lackluster, but they do have the speed 10 going for them. The Panther Chariot, speed 9, not too bad. Right, Brutal, Thunderous 2. And then Phoenix, always great value, 145 points. He has 2 priests loaded up with a lot of spells, including Veil of Shadows, so which makes my shooting less effective as well. And for this side, the Abbess, right, with Aura Fury, and then one has a Duelist, while the other has Blade of the Beast Slayer. So all in all, 15 drops, but only 11 of them score because he has 4 individuals. So before we go into the battle report, I'll just do a quick shout out video to my local game store.
If you're from the Asia Pacific region, do consider checking out Hammer House website for your hobby needs. They carry a wide range of miniatures and hobby supplies, including Mantic, Vallejo, Scale 75, and Green Stuff World products.
Alright, on with the game. The scenario is Plunder. Plunder is where there's 5 loot tokens on the center line, and we each nominate one to be worth 2 points. I forgot who nominated first, but I nominated the second, the center token to be 2 points, while he nominated this side token to be 2 points. Okay, so from the get-go, I forgot who chose sides as well, but this is blocking terrain. So I felt that this blocking terrain makes it difficult for him to get this token. So along with this forest as well, which is more towards my side. Okay, so I've got that going for me. So my goal is to win, this 3 tokens. So in Plunder, there's 7 points worth of token on the board. So right at the get-go, you should figure out which 4 points you're going to win. So this is 2 plus 1 is 4. Sometimes you just go for the 2 2-point tokens. Especially if the Plunder tokens are next to each other. Let's say it's 2 and 2, you just aim for this small area, right? But now the 2 points tokens are at least separated by a 1-point token below. So when he tries to fight for this side, this is not worth it as much, right? As long as you win the 2-point token, you win. So with that goal in mind, I sprinkled some units here, but of course I'm going in the forest and threatening the center. So Hrim is there to strider through the forest, right? On the right side, I'm hoping to just delay this token as long as I can. So my units here are considerably quite little, I guess. If you compare it to this side, there's much more stuff going on here. So I wanted the fast units to play distraction or cat and mouse with the opponent by having this Frostclaw Riders. And I put the Tane here because I thought, being a nimble, speed 7, fast-ish unit, I could sort of come around here. But it's too slow. This unit is not very fast. I could have by running here and then here eventually. But I didn't. Okay. So he has a hex, so I think I wanted to try and hack something, so which might not have been worthwhile. Okay, so another thing to take note of is there's 2 central hills, and he placed 2 units of her sister scouts just behind the hill, scouted forward just behind the hill. So which is a problem for me because once she gets on the hill, she can shoot at a lot of things with no cover, right? So I'm not sure if I should have put my pack hunters in the center instead. Because if we face off against each other, the pack hunters do have stealth going for them, and they are much cheaper unit. Actually, not that much cheaper, 160 versus 135. He does have Martyr's Prayer as well. I think it's the blue priest, though I'm not 100% sure. So I probably won initiative because I went first. Because if I were to win initiative, I'll definitely go first. So this is what I did. So Hrim peeks into the forest. The dwarf is going for this token. These stuff shuffled up, of course, because there's this forest over here, so they need to go sideways. Now, the other thing that I did was, because these pack hunters have to turn, right, so it could only move 5 inches. But these pack hunters don't have steady aim. So when they move, they get a -1 to hit. But still, I wanted to shoot, so I moved 5 inches forwards because I wanted to shoot. And I shot at the Phoenix. So on hindsight, I shouldn't have shot at the Phoenix. I should push them up 10 inches because then they'll be more relevant in later turns. So this was from the get-go a mistake I made. Pack hunters should just push up as much as I can. So this is another interesting decision. So usually the snow foxes screen the the tribesman, the Hearthguard. But I felt that if I were to screen, let's say I put it in front, when the Sisterhood get on the hill, they shoot at the tribes, the Hearthguard. It's with no cover, so the foxes aren't providing cover. So instead, I pushed the Hearthguard forward to face tank the shots. I underestimated his shots because it's 3 units of sisters plus 2 phoenixes, which adds up to quite a bit of shots. So on hindsight, I'm not sure if whether I should put the foxes in front. Not right now. I'm hiding them behind the hill, so that if she attempts to shoot at them, you'll be at -2 because snow foxes are stealthy and the hill gives cover. So yeah, that's something to think about at least. So it was an interesting decision I made. Perhaps putting in front is better because if they're shooting at the foxes, then they're not shooting at the Hearthguard, right? But if he does waver the foxes, then the Hearthguard gets stuck behind as well. That's another issue that I have to consider. Okay, over on the right side, my Thane peeked into the forest. Mind you, this thing charges 20 and this thing charges 18. So I think I placed myself within 20 of the Pentalancers, but out of 18 of the chariots. Okay, and it's just like somewhere the chariot charged all the way until somewhere here. So my Thane stood at the edge of the forest so they wouldn't get double charged. Okay, I think I could tank one charge from the Lancers. At this point of time, I thought the Lancers were more powerful than they were because I thought they were CS1 Thunderous 1 or Thunderous 2. So I thought they were much hittier than they actually are. And from this distance, my hex could only hit the Phoenix. So I hexed the Phoenix, which wasn't worth it because he's gonna be shooting anyway. The shooting attacks are not spells, right? The other priest, I think was here. It's too far away for me to hex. So perhaps it wasn't worth it. So perhaps I should have went for the play of coming around. Okay. What? So my Pack Hunter shot at the Phoenixes. Dealt some wounds, but Phoenix has a good amount of regen plus his 2 priests heal. One of them did heal, the other one did Veil of Shadows, which makes my shooting much more difficult against him. So in my previous games, my army had the superior shooting. So in that scenario, I just had to push my Pack Hunters up and sit there and shoot until the enemy comes to me. But now, because I have the inferior shooting, I need to go to the enemy, which is why I think I should have pushed the Pack Hunters forward, because the Pack Hunters, being 135 points, they make great trading pieces, right? Whether the opponent charge my Pack Hunters first or I send my Pack Hunters in first, they start good amount of trade. So right now, I have to send my Hearthguard in as the first wave, which is not great. So that's tactically, this wasn't the right decision from the get-go. Okay. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, I shot some wounds here, but between the healing and the regen, he took off all the wounds. So it wasn't worth it at all pushing these 5 inches up. I should at least push 10. Pushing 10 will make them on par with this Hearthguard. So, and they charge 11. So I'm not sure if this was in when he gets up on the hill. Okay, so let's look at what my opponent did at the bottom of 1. So lots of stuff stayed back. Okay, the 2 sisters went onto the hill and shot. I think this was in range as well. So between all 3 units shooting, I took 8 wounds on the Hearthguard, which is pretty significant. So I knew I had to do something already, because this puts a lot of pressure on me. And so on my turn, Staff pushed up more. My dwarf picked up the token over here. Okay, these 2 units, right, were taking a long time getting into position because of the forest over here. So probably another deployment error. So maybe I should have put them here, because I think that I had a large gap here. At least they're not hindered on the approach. But I was afraid of their shooting too, I suppose. So just a bunch of mistakes. Let me see. Yep, so the elves were here, half elves were here, and the Pack Hunters were here. Yep. So either way, let's see. So top of 2, right? My Hearthguard went in already. Both of them went in, and look, the 2 units of sisters are still there. So they did not kill both units of sisters. So wavered this one, right? But this one I think took 7 wounds, right? And not wavered. This one took 10 wounds and wavered. Okay. So pretty sad from the get-go. Wavered means nothing because he does have Fury Aura on the 2 cavalry heroes, right? And that will shake off the wavering. So that kind of sucks. The Snow Foxes went up behind them because I was expecting both the Tribesmen, the Hearthguard to go down already. And so the Snow Foxes will need to do chaff duty afterwards. This Snow Fox did pick up the center 2-point token. Okay. This Frost Claw just came up to shoot. I think I shot at this unit. That's why there's some wounds here. But it was a mistake because in return I get shot back. And it's out of inspiring range because my Thane continues to sit at this sort of corner so that it can't be double charged. The Ice Elementals came up because my Ice Elementals are sort of a chaff piece anyway, so I don't mind them getting charged. Dash 14 is pretty good on the defense 5, and anything charging it gets hindered. So I thought it's good for me, especially when I thought I have these 3 units to counter whatever charges in. Okay, so Pack Hunters did move up another 5 inches to be a bit more relevant, but they only charge 11, and I'm not sure if this is 11. This may be 11 inches away, but probably not here. And this is maybe 11 inches. So right now, my Pack Hunters are lagging behind my actual hammers, which kind of sucks. So this lots of mistakes made in this game for myself, I think, tactically, and later decisions in the game as well. So I guess it's great because whenever I lose, I tend to be more critical of my performance, and there's always a lot of things that you spot that you could have done better. Right, bottom of 2, both units of Hearthguards are gone. So this was a unit that took 8 wounds. I do have heal on the Frost, the Ice Queen, but I think I only healed a few wounds, and then he triple charged it, I think. No, he didn't triple. He double charged it with these 2 units, this one and this one. So the sister infantry was here, but I was on the hill, so you could see. So it double charged. This one just moved forward, staying 1 inch away from me, and then it shot at the birds over here, along with this phoenix. The 2 shots killed it off. Okay, and let's see. This stuff continues to just stay there, right? This phoenix backed up, and what this one moved forward. I think this double charged the Hearthguard. Yep. So sister scouts plus Panther Lancers killed it off, which was and especially if this unit was fresh, right? So I think he wrote a little bit above average. I think Bin Chan was probably involved, but still, when I realized that, wow, the sister Lancers are 16 attacks on 4s and only Thunderous 1. Granted, it has Vicious, but yeah, did take it off with probably a bit above average dice, even if there was Bin Chan involved. I think he was doing a lot of healing duty with the priests as well. So let me see. This unit of sisters took all its wounds came off, so you see no damage dice on it. Between Martyr's Prayer and something, all the wounds came off because I rolled really poor, only 7 wounds. So she healed off all, which was wow. Okay, it probably dealt 8 wounds actually because there's Iron Resolve, so it probably dropped down to 7. So pretty sad days for me. And let's see what I did the next turn. So rewinding. So what I have to do now, because I basically lost 3 units before he even lost 1. So I need to play catch up, right? what happened here. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, this double charge here, flank and flank onto this scout unit. The ice elementals are hindered though, so although it's 18 attacks, but it's hindered. Snow foxes in the flank, so thankfully these two take it out. This one I taken 10 wounds, so I finished it with snow foxes. Yeah, I wanted to finish it with snow foxes, so I did. Then how did I kill off this unit? So I think I shot this unit. Did I shoot that well? Okay, so it has 4 wounds, so it did not heal back to full. So 4 wounds. My pack hunters decided to shoot it out. So 3 units of pack hunters. One is might be hindered shots. I'm not too sure. I think it's hindered shots because this unit is shooting at the flank. Okay, so it's probably hindered shots, and probably there's Veil of Shadows. So I had to shoot through that stealthy. So that's why I had to pump all 3 pack hunters into it just to take it out. Not great, but that's what it is. So I took out the 2 units of scout, all 3 units of scouts actually. These 2 units charged into the lancers, wanting to strip off its thunderers, and I was hoping to be lucky and take it out because these are pretty deadly, right? That my half elf berserkers, they have 15 attacks on trees. Charging through forests, there are 4, lost their thunderers. So 15 attacks on 4s and 3s, 7 hits, maybe 5 wounds. And then the dwarves, 10 attacks on 4s and 4s, so another 2.5 wounds. So I have a decent chance to take it out in one swing, but I didn't. They might be wavered, but even if they are, there's the Fury Aura, which is pretty awesome. So another thing, this Phoenix is taken 3 wounds. I charged my Shrimp into it, and I rolled very poorly, and I did not take it out. So that's pretty sad, and this Shrimp is going to be stuck there for the rest of the game, sadly, because the Phoenix will keep regenerating and healing and healing, so it's really nasty. Okay, so on this front, I decided the Tane needs to do something else already, so it started to skirt around towards this side. Okay, let's see. What I did think that I made a mistake on, which I only realized when I did this battle report, was this Snow Foxes charged this, right? But it did not drop the token. On hindsight, I should have dropped the token here. So it'll be just sitting in front of my 2 pack hunters, and it'll be very easy for me to pick up. But I didn't, so I'm still holding on to it. So that's a bad idea. Actually, that's a bad idea, basically. So let's see what happens on my opponent's turn. So let's start with Shrimp first. So Phoenix charged back in, and he added an Abyss into it. I'm not sure if this Abyss has Blade of the Beast Slayer, but so now I'm pinned on both sides. Okay, the Lancers countercharged the half-elf berserkers and took it out, which is sad days for me because it is dash 14 and he lost his thunderers, so it's vicious. Hitting, granted 16 attacks, hitting on 4, so 8 hits. If he bane chanted it, probably 8 wounds, so still pretty good odds still. Yep, so dash 14 with the rally banner, right, but was not enough to save it. Dwarf troop took a charge from this sister unit and held, so dwarf troops are pretty tanky as long as they get in the fight. Okay. Yeah, this stuff moved forward. I don't know why it didn't charge the Snow Foxes. I'm not sure why he did not decide not to charge the Snow Foxes. Yeah, he could have. So what else got took out? These Snow Foxes got taken out. The Chariot charged into the Ice Elementals but did not kill it. So he wrote not great, but did not kill it, right? Another thing he did was he turned this Panther Lancers to face this way, and take note, it's no longer facing the 2-point token. Yep. So on my turn, I started, this is the front arc, right? So I decided to pick up the 2-point token. Okay. The Thane got a juicy flank charge on it. Even with Tundra Fighters triggered, it has Strider, but still wasn't enough. Only dealt 7 wounds. Did not kill off this unit, which is pretty sad for me. My Snowfox, at this point, it did drop the token, but it's on the hill. It's pretty near to him, so not great for me. So, and it charged into this unit. These 2 Pack Hunters, this far unit finally moved up into the forest, so it's hitting on -2 because of cover and moving. So this Pack Hunters elected to stay still. This one moved up because it needs to get closer to this token. I forgot what they shot at. I think the only viable target is the Abyss over here, which is not a great target because it's an individual. Another mistake I made, I kept shuffling this Dwarf troop. I thought I was pretty safe and I could help out by eventually flank charging the Phoenix because I can't take it out with Shrimp alone. But that was a mistake I made instead of holding that token securely, right? So next is this Shrimp. I decided to countercharge the Abyss because you know what? If I killed the Phoenix, I turn and face the side, right? The Abyss will charge me again. As long as I'm disordered, I still have to fight the Abyss. But if I kill the Abyss here, even if the Phoenix charge me in the flank, it's not going to do much, and then I'm free to charge out. So that was my thought process. Another thing I made a mistake of was I always wrote 8 base dice. I thought I used the generic giant base attack profile, 8 plus d6 instead of 10 plus d6. So a lot of times I was like a few points away from at least wavering it or even taking it out. So that was my mistake. And I should have just charged the Phoenix because with the extra Slayer, it just gives me that amount of more dice to roll to kill the Phoenix. But my Shrimp just ended up being stuck here the whole game. Right? So Dwarf troop counter charges. And what else? The Foxes charged here. So it still has 3 units of Sisterhood infantry while my center forces are getting depleted as we speak. So let's see what my opponent did. So Dwarf finally went down. Foxes went down. This Abyss repositions around the center. The Phoenix decided to back up and shot or healed. Can't remember. Probably healed because he healed the Abyss. So back to fresh. Right? Back to fresh. Look, I only dealt probably 3 wounds on the Abyss. And then he Iron Resolve to 2. Then the Phoenix backed up to heal. Right? So pretty sad right now. Where are we? Oh shit. Okay, there we are. Yep, then he double charged this. Not double charged. Thane got hit in the flank, but I think he wrote double 1. No, he just wrote very poorly on the damage because it is hindered. So it's hitting on 5s, wounding on 5s. Okay, and then the Chariot finished off the Ice Elementals. Okay, the Phoenix started moving to heal, but he's also going to gun for this unit that stole the 2-point token. So top of 5, Thane charged back. I was facing this way because there's a lot of overhang on this model. My half elf started to run away with the token. Granted, they're only speed 5 right now. And then this is a dead pile. So so actually no, my Thane counter charged and killed the chariots, or rather charged and killed the chariots, and then now face this way. Okay. These Pack Hunters decided to charge in on this unit. Failed to kill it. And where's my banner? Oh, my banner guy got killed by this Abyss because I think this Abyss is the one with Duelist, which I totally forgot. So that kind of sucked. Yep, my Pack Hunters went in to charge. Did not kill it, which is sad times for me too. My Dwarf troop continued forwards in that plan to eventually charge the Phoenix. But one thing I totally forgot, Abbas is speed 10 and he could see this. Okay. Pack Hunters continue to reposition and shoot. So the shooting wasn't great the whole game. The only wonderful shooting I did was to finish off the 10-point wounded sisters that took a charge from my Hearthguard in the first place, and even that took a lot of shots because of stealthy. Alright, so things are not looking great for me. So bottom of 5, Phoenix moved up and shot at it, did not kill it. I iron resolved a little bit, but it is quite heavily wounded, taken 4 wounds, so I'm kind of expecting it to die next round, which isn't great. So I have 1, 2, 4 points currently. He has 1. He picked up this token. This token is out in the open. It's probably his. Okay, which kind of sucks. I think I'm not in range to charge. It's out of 11. So, and then this unit got charged by the Abbas, which kind of sucked. The Phoenix continued to move back so that he could see the Dwarf now and charge the Dwarf next round. So that's not great too. So I think I only have one last picture. This is somewhere between the top and bottom of 6th turn. Basically, this Pack Hunters moved up to take the token, marched up to take the token. My Ice Queen, and this is behind the hill, right? So I picked up the token where he cannot see me. So I only have this to deal with. So I charged my Ice Queen, hoping to deal 1 wound and disorder it, but I did not do 1 wound. So he charged me back. I think he killed this unit. And then my Dwarf troop, I probably shouldn't have countercharged the Abbas, because now the Phoenix got a flank. I think he killed this also, but I can't be sure. And then the Phoenix, I think it shot down the elves here, although the token drops on the floor, right? So I'm pretty much holding on to 1 point of token at the very end. Yep, so that was a big loss for me. And lots of things to learn from this game. So let's go into the takeaways. And there's no 10-7. If there was 10-7, it would be probably worse, even worse for me, right? So one thing I wasn't used to was that a lot of times my Northern Alliance, it has mixed shooting, right? It has 3 Pack Hunters. The Ice Elementals do get to shoot every now and then. And then Shrimp, I totally forgot, has an Icy Breath attack, although it's only 10 inches. And the Frostclaw Riders, I did purchase the 6 shooting attacks on them, but the Frostclaw Riders tend to be doing a lot of other things that would probably not see it shooting the same targets as my Pack Hunters. So in earlier games, I had the superior shooting, so I just wait for people to come in and engage my Pack Hunters, and then we start the trade, which I usually come on top. So against better shooting army, I probably need to push the Pack Hunters up, especially first turn. I need to gain that ground, because when my Hearthguard charged in, my Pack Hunters were not in range to follow up and charge whatever charged my Hearthguard. And then so I have to resort to shooting, which isn't great, especially when he has Veil of Shadows. And then if I move out and shoot, that's worse. So then it incentivizes me to stay back and shoot, and then it's just out of position for multiple rounds of the game. Yeah, so that's the problem. Okay. So since I've presented my Hearthguard as a viable shooting target, perhaps I should just push my Snow Foxes up too. The only issue is if the Snow Fox, if he was cunning enough to just pling some wounds on the Snow Foxes, get it wavered, and then the whole thing gets stuck behind. That would be even more disastrous for me. Yeah, but I should push everything up, including the Pack Hunters, right? Giants on the front charge aren't lethal, so even if it's Shrimp, I think I should find a way to set up for flank charges rather than hoping to kill things in front. In my past battle reports, I have had some amazing rolls that killed units outright that I shouldn't be killing. So I think that gives me some overconfidence in Shrimp. And I should at least fight Slayer targets. I think if I had charged the Phoenix again, with Slayer and remembering that he starts with 10 dice, I think I have a good chance of killing it at the end. Instead, when I charged the Abbas, I was wishful thinking for me to think that I can try and kill the Abbas. So I don't have Slayer, so I'm like 13 on average, although I think I was rolling 11 on average because I thought it was 8 dice. So you're hitting 5, wounding 4, and then if he's not wavered, he heals, and I wrote pretty poorly most of the time. So he heals 1 from Iron Resolve, and then his priests and phoenixes will heal it back up. Well, if he's wavered, he still has Fury Aura, and I keep forgetting to count the Fury Aura. Right, so now that Snow Foxes that took the token in middle should have dropped it 1 turn earlier, and then the token would be in front of my 2 Pack Hunter regiments. And my Dwarf should have stayed safe, especially when there are speed 10 threats lurking on the battlefield, especially the Abbess mounted. Right, and so keep your eyes in scenario. I shouldn't have given that Dwarf troop away. And on the other hand, also my opponent lost sight of the 2-point token. He nearly lost because of it, but Phoenix came in to save the day, right? Phoenix, so good. Phoenixes are so good, right? So with that, I hope you enjoyed this battle report and learned something from it. So I'd like to give a quick shout out to my patrons: 1 Peep Anonymous, 2 Peep Thomas Douglas, and 4 Peep Alessandro Serpe. Thank you for supporting my content, and I apologize for having a long break in content at this moment in time. So if you guys enjoyed this video, why not watch another one for more learning points and do all that YouTube stuff. And I do have a podcast as well. You can search Newbie Dice Podcast on all your favorite podcast listening apps. And this is my Patreon if you'd like to support me. So with that, that's the end of this battle report video. It's a wrap. I have 2 more Northern Alliance battle report videos as backlog. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.